All right, Gail, thank you so much for agreeing to this, interview and sharing your experience about PrELITE Plus with other people that might not be as familiar with the program. So, just to give everybody a little bit of background, tell us like where you were at in your business or everything before PrELITE was introduced to you.
Well, first of all, thank you for doing PrELITE.
Yeah.
We really, really loved it. Honestly, my upline, Rhonda
Mm-hmm.
Truman Ford, she had told me a little bit about it, and she had been telling me about, a little bit about it, and said, you ought to get your team on there. And I was like, well, okay. I just didn't really know what it was. And I just I wasn't really struggling, but I was looking for an avenue
Mm-hmm.
to help give them a little bit of a jump start to get focused on a business mind and more of change the attitude, change the mindset.
Okay. Yeah.
And to teach them, have a good avenue to teach them. And I honestly was starting to put something together.
Mm-hmm.
And Rhonda again said, look at PrELITE. So finally she just kind of plumped it right in my lap. And I was like, oh, this is so much better than I could have done it. And so we got excited about putting people through. So I jumped on, bought everything you could have. So I was like, I gotta have it. So I bought it, the little membership and everything, and which was nothing compared to what it could be and should be and what it's worth. And
Oh.
I just got in there and started putting people through and kept putting people through, and it's been a great program.
How
And
many people do you think you've taken through by now?
I don't know. I
Really?
honestly have not sat down and counted them, because now I don't have anybody going through right this second,
Mm-hmm.
because we were putting through people left and right, and I was doing it at first, so I was having a hard time doing it because I was so PrELITE minded. I mean, that's all we were doing.
Focused. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was taking up a lot of time. And then I learned that was going to roll off and my downline were going to do it. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was doing that forever. So that was a win-win.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, because you really only need to do the top few people, and then they take it over and they do their top few people, and
Yeah.
then they take it, and it just snowballs like everything else in doTERRA. And so that's pretty much how it got started, and that's where we're at this point. And I'm always asking them, because I hold monthly meetings, bi-monthly meetings with my top line, front line, and we always are asking, who do we have going through PrELITE? Who's going through? Do you have somebody going through? Because if we're not going through, that means we're stationary.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to be stationary. We need to continue
Mm-hmm.
to go forward. And so, and that's kind of the mindset that we have, is it's reaching down where people are just saying, hey, I want to do the business. And if they're really wanting to do the business and they've started the process and walking toward those, taking those steps, then this is like the perfect tool to help get them to the next level.
Yeah. To build that confidence, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. So have your leaders really embraced it and taken on that leadership role?
Not as much as I have, or I did in the beginning, and now they're starting to.
That's
They're
good.
seeing the value, because they know when you're putting somebody through PrELITE, they're enrolling.
Yeah, it's true. That's how you grow your business, is get people on the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Didn't you go through it as a participant with me first?
And I was going through some life tragedies, and the Lord just had me, he just said, you need to be doing this. And I was like, oh, this is not the time. And I
Uh-huh.
think I shared a little bit with you, and you're like, listen, you need to do what you need to do. And you were so kind, and I really appreciate that. And I did do what I had to do, but it was just a blessing to me. And I still learned so much. And I was like, oh, my people's got to do this. They've got to do this. And so I was so excited to go through it again with them because I was able to really soak it in more.
Of course. Oh, yeah. Like you learn so much as the teacher, you know?
You do. And it's really important because it really helped me grow.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I was already elite, it was helping me grow and learn the business in aspects that I didn't even know.
So you took on the responsibility as an elite of taking your people through this program.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
I am so proud of you for doing that. There's a lot of people who would be like, no, my upline needs to do this with me. They need to be the ones who start me on the program. And I just am so proud of you for like owning that. That's a huge energy shift to where you want to take your business, is just claiming ownership like that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So specifically, can you identify like how you've grown, how you've transformed in this process? Like what has changed you as a participant for one, but also as the mentor and the leader for the other side?
Well, to be more pointed, more directive in my actions.
Mm-hmm.
Be very cautious of my mindset, because whatever I do is duplicatable, whether it's negative or positive, and I need to be very mindful of that. And I think PrELITE was so instrumental in not just teaching us about the company and where to find the tools and how to do certain things and maneuver and all that. Those were wonderful bonuses. But it was also a real encouragement to get myself right with the upstairs, you know, and get that all aligned and get that mindset right. And that's just a godly principle. And, you know, being a Christian is it's so important that those are foundational issues. And for me, that was huge. That's great. I just, I've always, with everything we do, we always say, take away the meat and throw away the bones. And so you do that with everything. And there's so many books out there and programs and so forth. And so that's what we kind of tell everybody, take away the meat, throw away the bones. And that was something I had heard you say. And I was like, oh, we said that. And so, and I'm like, that's exactly it, because everybody is at a different level. And it doesn't matter what level you are at. The tools that are developed in here are not that they're above you or below you or even with you, but they are tools that you grab what God's showing you as a person.
Yeah, what's the next step for you?
That's right, because he's got you in a completely different spot than he's got Tamara or, you know, JC or whoever, you know. And so you just kind of learn that your mindset matters. Taking every thought captive. Everything out of your mouth has life or death, so choose life. And, you learn those tricks, and they're God's tricks. They're keys to me. They're keys that unlock potential.
Yeah, unlock potential. That's a great way to put it. So obviously the program helped you really get straight on your mindset, your success mindset. Your connection with who you are as a person, as a leader. And your team has grown. I mean, what would you say the growth has been since you implemented this about a year ago, right?
Well, a year ago, I had barely hit elite. And now a year ago, I just hit silver. I was just hitting silver. And, I'm gold, and I should be hitting diamond this month. I'm so excited.
Are you serious, Gail? Are you kidding?
I know. So, I mean, does that say anything?
Gail, I am so impressed. So you have basically, in a year's time, gone from, was it a solid silver, you would say?
I just hit it.
You just hit silver to diamond now. And your team is leadership are they growing in leadership? Are they growing in capabilities?
Oh, yes, hugely, hugely. I mean, I've got some great leaders, and I am very fortunate, and we just have a great group of folks all around.
That is
And
amazing.
there's so many that are leaders, but they're different kinds of leaders, and that's the beauty of it. Every one of them are different.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful.
That is really cool. Well, I am so excited to see that transformation for you. Obviously, it's taken a lot of hard work, and I know PrELITE's just probably a drop in the bucket of that, but I'm just so grateful that you are seeing the value.
Bucket. It was a very big, a big portion. It really is.
Just giving you confidence to be a leader, or helping your team see that they can do this as well?
Everybody that goes through it, it gives them a direction. It gives them tools
Uh-huh.
to be able to continue to grow and to help their team to grow.
Yeah. So have you seen that duplication model of saying, hey, I'm the mentor, now you're the mentor. Have you seen that happen on your team?
Oh, yeah. And
Really?
exponentially, yes.
Oh, I'm so
That's what doTERRA is about. You're going to duplicate. That is a natural thing that is just, it's going to happen.
mm-hmm.
What are you going to duplicate? That's the question.
Yeah.
You know?
Do we make it complicated? Do we keep it simple? Are we focusing on the most important things or the least important things? And that's Gail. I'm so pumped for you. Welcome to this new month of transformation. Holy cow.
See my husband, he is cracking me up. He is so funny.
Oh,
He's all on board, and he's a captain of a towboat, and they push all these barges. And he's got all the guys, they'll come up there, and what do you got cooking now? And because he's got his diffuser going, and he has his oils, and he says, I had one guy coming up here, and he was putting Rowan chamomile on his elbow for the pain. And I said, how was it, sleepy? Was it making it sleep? He goes, no, he was doing great.
that is so cool. That is so cool. You know, I was looking over some of your answers to questions.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, that's fun. That's fine. But one of the things that I had asked is, what's the biggest change you have seen inside yourself because of implementing PrELITE for your business and your team? And you said this, so tell me if it's changed or anything's, improved on it. The realization of people, sorry.
What was the first part
You
of
said,
that?
so the question was, what's the biggest change you've seen inside yourself because of implementing PrELITE for your business? And your answer was the realization of people needing the direction, leading, and education because it motivates them to move toward their own goals, which has the snowball effect, not just on themselves and their downline, but their upline as well.
Yeah.
So it's created a lot of momentum and motivation for you just because your team has embraced this and, not just done the thing, but like really embodied the mindset principles and the skill set that we train on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know how to put it to words. You sound a lot more eloquent than me, but us Southerners put it in ways that are.
It's all good.
Picturesque. But it's the way I look at PrELITE is it's a must-have because you can do things without it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But if you want it a little bit easier, done for you type thing, it's just one less thing you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've already got it together. So it's just like a matter of literally you do nothing. I pick up the book and I read the script and I'm done. It is so easy, step by step, and it covers everything. It's like, okay, this girl has spent a lot of hours doing this book because she's been over everything, things that it's not even in doTERRA, but it's around doTERRA.
Part of the business, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so it was very well put together.
Well, I'm so glad that you've enjoyed it, that it's made an impact on your team. And obviously to the point that you're on the cusp of diamond, you're hitting it this month. You got your diamond oil, I'm sure.
Yes.
What is your diamond oil? Just because I'm curious.
Well, it has been frankincense. Of course, it would be frankincense, right?
New one.
But
Yeah.
it may change.
May change a little bit.
All the new oils.
What? One of the new ones?
All the new ones? I'm
Oh.
just thinking.
Yeah, all the new oils are awesome. Well, I hope that you really enjoy all the 2.0 improvements that are coming for the program to even like make that growth even more accentuated and get your, leadership, not just because even to a diamond, still as you have silver leaders developing, silver teams developing underneath you, they're still sort of coming into their own as far as their own confidence levels and owning their team. And so I really am excited for some of the changes with 2.0 to help those leaders, those silvers, really be like, dude, I got this. I know how to serve and help people on my team. No matter if they're a sharer, a builder, or a leader, I can do it, So I'm really excited.
It's an attitude. Serve and help when it's not about you.
Well, sorry, my 2-year-old. Oh, you want me to go out, Tobin? My 2-year-old is like watching on my phone. I thought I could sneak away for like 20 minutes for this interview. But yeah, I'm really excited to have, the people that have been using the program, finding immense benefit from it, to see these new changes, because I think it will even strengthen your results, because there's lots of different bodies on our teams. There's the user, there's the sharer, there's the builder, and then there's the leader. And how do we serve each person differently because they want something else and something different out of doTERRA? Yeah. And the worst thing we can do is force our agenda on them, but we can give them something like PrELITE and say, hey, this is how it serves you at what you want, the level you want to create. So I'm excited. You're going to love it.
Yay, I'm excited. That's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. It's going to be really...
This is going to be the next step?
Yep. No, it's a revision of PrELITE. So PrELITE 2.0 is coming out here in the next couple of weeks. And I'm just finishing up some design work details with my designer, and it's going to have a new accountability partner guidebook that gives them the scripts for their parts of the call that they will now participate in. It's going to give a participant a very much more detailed workbook that becomes sort of like their business training guide as they leave the program. So they have like a lot of tools to help them stay on track as they graduate from PrELITE, and good stuff.
Oh, so are you going to have like pre-diamond? Pre-diamond?
No, I think I still want to keep it focused on the basics of the business, because it really doesn't matter if you're a diamond or if you're not. You got to do the simple things over and over again. Like, so
I think that's the beauty of PrELITE, because it's like you said before, everything's based on the PrELITE. Yeah. If you have all the elites in place, you're going to be diamond.
Yeah. It's inevitable.
Gonna be, like, it is.
It's inevitable. You might have to sort through a few more bodies to get to where you want to go, to put leaders in the right spot and stuff. But the skill set does not change. I mean, there is some more mindset development that comes as you move into higher ranks. You have to release some more fears and insecurities and stuff like that. You got to, take a little bit more ownership for your own, growth and things. But for the most part, our business is the exact same as an elite as it would be a diamond or a presidential diamond. And the worst thing we can do to ourselves is try to do everything as a presidential diamond and have that whole be on ourselves, versus like training, teaching, empowering people to do the things for themselves at a lower rank, so that you don't have to carry the heavy burden all the way to the top, So that's really what the program was developed, was like, I have a passion for making sure that women know that they have the capacity to be amazing entrepreneurs and women leaders. And this gives them an opportunity to step out of that insecurity maybe of, can I really be a leader? And say, yeah, I know how to help people. I know how to serve people. I know how to meet them where they're at.
And with women, we have to do a lot of things on our own, right? We just have to figure it out. do it. You got to be a mom. You got to be, when you're a mom, you love to be a mom. But, I mean, you've just got to figure it out. A lot of moms, they're having a baby, and they're like, well, it'll come naturally. It just comes. But, with business, it's scary, and people will pull back. But here's what I say. Let's lock arms. This is doTERRA, to me, is what they've done, is they set the example. Lock arms. Anybody that wants to, come on and lock arms with us, because we're going. We're going to where God has a place for us in his kingdom. And there's great things. It's not just about doTERRA.
No.
I mean, one of the things that drew us to doTERRA as a business was all the caring things that they done, all the missionaries, all the mission wars and stuff. And that's our heart. And so, I heard Scott Ford say one time, he goes, I can't imagine making under $40,000 a month. And one of my girls was like, what? $40,000 a month? I'd be happy with $4,000 a month, And I was like, oh, Lord, please. I was like, what is going to happen? And he just kind of stared at her really intently. And he said, how can I look at that baby in Nepal and tell them, I got enough. I don't need it for you. I thought you could have dropped a pin in that room, because that girl in particular, that meant the world to her.
Wow.
He said that. She got it. We all got it.
Wow.
We all got it, because it's not about what's good enough for me. We are about God, and there's so much to do out there. And, yes, get debt free. Yes, do the things you need to do, but there's so many other things that's not about you. So just go with what God gives you, and this is one of them.
Well, congratulations, Gail. Like, how amazing, what a journey you've been on. And and I am grateful that you appreciate the part that PrELITE has played in that development. And thank you for using it. Thank you for embracing it and just trusting the scripts to help guide you through. Thank you for using your authentic leadership style to let it come forward and manifest on all those different calls with your team members. And just, you've been lifting up a lot of people, obviously. And that's only setting you up for great service in the future. So it's so cool. Great job.
You are so sweet. Thank you. I mean, it wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have said yes. You had to say yes to your calling. So,
well, that's a really good point, and I appreciate you hearing that.
Yeah, in the background in there.
Yeah, my 2-year-old. But I think that's also something that I'm really excited to emphasize in this PrELITE 2.0 is that every one of us has unique gifts, talents, and abilities to contribute to a successful business. And we cannot start that whole comparison game of looking at somebody else's pace or growth or income and be like, I just can never do that. It's really about helping people say, what's inside of me that I can give and multiply and serve. And doTERRA just is a multiplier of goodness. And it really is an awesome thing to be a part of. I've had people approach me like, hey, can you make this for other network marketing companies? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know if I could be passionate about other network marketing companies to make this. I love the mission of doTERRA, and I love empowering women entrepreneurs and women leaders within doTERRA to spread that mission and purpose. And this is a gift that I've been given as far as what PrELITE is and what it's going to become. And I want to help empower more and more and more women with that kind of tool, opportunity, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's my little soapbox.
That's awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you, Gail. I appreciate your time today. Go start enrolling those other people that you would put off to talk to me.
I will. I'm going to go do it right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Good luck.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Bye.